Hello. Good evening, it's Thursday, and that means that it's the weekend because no one does any work on a Friday, she says optimistically. Anyway, it's been so nice and warm today, hasn't it? I mean, hot. Highlight of my day was hanging out the laundry and being able to get it in again an hour and a half later because it was all dry. And that is the rock and roll day I've had. I know. It is good though, isn't it? Everybody agrees. Yes, it's hallelujah moment when you don't have to use a tumble dryer or just hang things on the radiators. That never works, does it? Anyway, tonight on the show, we're off to a little garden in the back of a nursery near Cradley that has been given a revamp thank you to the artistic designs of one of the children there. I know. Sorry, due to a technical error, you missed that. It's Kate Justice. Yeah, so we're off to Cradley very shortly. To the garden. It's Robin S. Show Me Love at BBC Hereford and Worcester. Great way to start things off on a Thursday evening. So tonight we're going to meet Zoe, Charlie's mum. I mean, she is a person, an individual in her own right, but she's, I think, going to be known as Charlie's mum for quite a while. Charlie's little brother goes to a lovely nursery that is newly opened and had no garden, just a mud patch. Anyway, Charlie entered a competition through the Ronseal people to design a play area. The prize, I think this was a nationwide competition as well. Anyway, the prize was a complete garden makeover for your school or nursery. And Charlie organised it for his little brother's brand new nursery mud patch. It's not a mud patch anymore, let me tell you. It's a lovely story. Charlie was a little shy or far too busy, you know, being paparazzied to come on the show. But we're going to speak to his mum, Zoe, in the next 10 minutes or so. It's such a lovely thing when the kids are little and you're a parent. You know, any parent listening will have been there. And you're thinking, what are they going to be when they grow up? I wonder what little Charlie will do. Well, potentially Capability Browns. wishes us all the best. High fives to him. Now, speaking of being wished the best, we're off to Creedon Hill in Herefordshire very shortly to their wonderful Creedon Hill nursery garden. It's all brand swanky new, looking exceptionally colourful. and full of great ideas for a nursery garden, thanks to 6-year-old Charlie, who designed it. And his design was so excellent, it won him the garden, courtesy of Ronseal. Yeah, they did a big competition for this, part of the Great Garden Revolution, just like that. And Charlie was the winner. So his little brother goes to, little sibling, I don't know if it's a sister or a brother, goes to the Credenhill Nursery. And they didn't have a garden, bless their little hearts. But they do now. We're going to hear all about it from Charlie's mum, Zoe, in the next 10 minutes.
On BBC iPlayer.
Hey yo, doctor, here's another proper track and it's back. Watch the sniper, time to pay the piper and let that real stuff evoke. See you's a wanna be low, can you get smoked? And I hope that the fans understand when you talk about spraying me. The same records that you're making is playing me. Mother Dre, mother Snoop, mother Death Row. Yo, and here comes my left blow.
Gangsta Drayster, I heard it was some fools frontin' like gangsta.
Ain't broke a law in your life. Yeah, every time you rap me up about the guns and knife, just take a good look at the brother and you'll capture the rap that the master is simply just an actor.
Hey yo, knock, let them know.
It's the knockout definition, original baby gangsta. Approach me like you hard little buster. I'ma bank ya, shank ya with my damn shank if I have to. Dr. Dre and Snoop Doggy, y'all are really actors.
It's on, Dre. In stores now.
distance between us, the ocean of tears. See all the things I do for you are for love.
We don't want that. Well, maybe there's a time and a place, isn't there? Anyway, this next story is very uplifting. It's lovely, actually. Little Charlie, who's only 6, from Herefordshire, has actually designed a garden that's so clever. It's been made. It's been created. He won a competition with his design. It's remarkable. He's from Creedon Hill, and the garden in question is for Creedon Hill Nursery in Herefordshire. So he won the competition put together by Ronseal last year, and the Ronseal team have been in and transformed the garden at his nursery, which is attached to his school. Absolutely love this story. So I spoke to Charlie's mum, Zoe, earlier today, and I said, hello, Zoe, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Nice to speak to you. Have you got sort of budding creative garden designer Charlie with you?
I do. At the moment, he's hiding inside because he's a little bit shy.
That's okay. Tell me about Charlie. He's 6, isn't he?
So, yeah, he's 6 years old. He's got a good eye for design. Basically, we saw the competition on Facebook run by Ronseal, and it was to win your ideal dream garden makeover for your school. So Charlie entered on behalf of his brother's nursery because it has just joined his school, and it was just sort of complete blank canvas full of mud. So he came up with the design and entered, and he won. So we're really, really pleased.
That's remarkable. He's 6.
He is, yes.
Has he always, I mean, I think you could, as parents, I don't know about you, but I was very, very sort of watching my children to kind of guess what they might be when they're older and seeing what their interests are when they're so young and they're choosing their own path. Did you know that he was creative like that?
Oh, well, I mean, you never know. Obviously, as a parent, you think your child can do anything. So, I believe Charlie will do well in whatever he wants to do. So, I'm really proud of him.
That's fantastic. So what design did he come up with? Can you describe it?
So we thought of all the fun things that Harry and his friends would like in the nursery. So we came up with sandpit, water table. There was a giant Jenga, lots of garden games. There's a sensory path. There are lovely bright coloured chairs painted in all the different Ronseal coloured paints. A little woodland area for them to explore, and there's a big mud kitchen which they're really enjoying.
A mud kitchen.
Yeah, it's just a really, really fun place.
Mud pies are us.
Yes, exactly.
It does sound
fun. Coming home very messy.
Yeah,
yeah.
I bet. And so it's all done now. And what was it like for Charlie to see his idea in reality?
Oh, it was amazing. So over the Easter holidays, celebrity carpenter Bruce Kenneth came in with his team. So it was a big surprise for the children when they came back to school. Because as I say, it was just completely mud before, and then suddenly there was this amazing garden for them to explore.
And now the
and then
weather's...
ever since, apparently they've been out, every single day. It's been so sunny, so it's brilliant.
Oh, that's brilliant. And what was the reaction from the nursery when they first heard that this, wonderful Charlie had won it for them?
Oh, they were just absolutely delighted. Obviously nurseries don't have a lot of money to spend, so, they couldn't have afforded to have done such an amazing makeover. So they're just really, really grateful, really, and thankful that they were able to have it done.
This is something that will be on Charlie's CV forever, I would think.
Yeah, well, he's not quite applying for jobs yet, but I'll tell him to note it down. Yeah.
No, I think it will. It will always be one of those things he talks about. That's brilliant. He could be the next Capability Brown. You never know.
Yeah, never know.
Well, I'm really pleased for you both and for the nursery as well. And I'm picturing it now. Are there pictures on the Ronseal website?
There are, yes. I believe they've got them on their Facebook as well. And then he's also been featured in the local newspaper, I think. So there's photos on there too. So
fully support that. And of course, when we go on there, we're going to see all the bright colours and think to ourselves, our garden could do with a revamp. So it's actually a really, really good sort of promotional thing as well, isn't it? It works.
Absolutely.
It works.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to look at pictures and then go home and look at my garden. But as it's going to be sunny this weekend, you never know, it might inspire some people. Well, Zoe, thank you ever so much. Will you give Charlie a big high five from all of us here at BBC Hereford and Worcester?
I will do.
Wonderful story, isn't it? Zoe, Charlie's mum there. Very proud mum, and quite rightly so. Go and check it out. You can look at it online, actually, or you probably, if you live near Credon Hill, then you'll be able to go and actually have a look in person. You've probably seen it already. What's your bad romance? Drama, the Lady Gaga, of course. We all know that, don't we? Bad Romance. Thank you for joining us tonight at BBC Hereford and Worcester on a lovely Thursday. It's quite nice, actually, isn't it? It is quite nice outside. Bit cloudy, bit overcast in places, but I think the rain is supposed to hold off. Well, let's have a look, shall we? It's that time of day where we check the weather forecast, so there's no point guessing. We'll just have a look. Although the forecast does seem to change, doesn't it, at the moment? This evening, it will be partly cloudy, but it should remain generally dry. A few scattered patches of light rain could develop overnight. Temperatures between 8 and 11 Celsius, so a fairly mild night. Tomorrow morning will turn cloudy. We've got a few spells of light rain drifting in from the west. Into the afternoon, we've got some sunny spells developing, but also scattered showers in between and highs of 18 Celsius. There will be some dry and settled conditions with high pressure overhead moving forward. Saturday, we're going to see sunny spells with some patchy cloud developing in the middle of the day. Sunday and Monday look to see even more in the way of sunshine, with just the odd patch of cloud around at times and staying really warm, possibly up to about 21 degrees on Monday. I am looking forward to that.
The sound of Herefordshire and Worcestershire.
Together, we can make a difference. BBC. Hereford and Worcester.
Pump it up while your feet are stumping and the jam is pumping. Look ahead, the crowd is jumping. Pump it up a little more, get the party going on the dance floor. See, cause that's where the party's at, and you find out if you do that. A place to stay. Get your booty on the floor tonight. Make my it up while your feet are stumping and the jam is pumping. Look ahead, the crowd are jumping. Pump it up a little more, get the party going on the dance floor. See, 'cause that's where the party's at, and you find out if you do that. Oh, a place to stay. Get your booty on the floor tonight. Make my day. Oh, a place to stay. Get your booty on the floor tonight. Make my day. 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 Yo, pump up the jam, pump it up, pump it up. Yo, pump up the jam, pump it up, pump it up. Yo, pump up the jam, pump it up, pump it up. Yo, pump up the jam, pump it, pump it, pump it, pump it. Yeah. Pump up the jam, pump up the jam, pump up the jam, pump it up, pump it, pump it, pump it, pump up the jam, pump up the jam, pump up the jam, pump it, pump it, pump it, pump it, pump. Pump up the jam, pump it up while your feet are stumping and the jam is pumping. Look ahead, the crowd is jumping. Pump it up a little more, get the party going on the dance floor. See, 'cause that's where the party's at, and you find out if you do that. Oh, a place to stay. Get your booty on the floor tonight. Make my day. Oh, a place to stay. Get your booty on the floor tonight. Make my day. Pump up the jam, pump it up, pump it up. Yo, pump up the jam, pump it up, pump it up. Yo, pump up the jam, pump it up, pump it up. Yo, pump up the jam, pump it, pump it, pump it, pump it, pump it. Pump up the jam, pump it up, pump it up. Yo, pump up the jam, pump it up, pump it up. Yo, pump up the jam, pump it up, pump it up. Yo, pump up the jam, pump it, pump it, pump it, pump it, pump it up, pump it up. Make my day, 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 make my day. Yo, oh, a place to stay. Get your booty on the floor tonight. Make my day. Oh, a place to stay. Get your booty on the floor tonight. Make my day. Oh, a place to stay. Get your booty on the floor tonight. Make my day. Oh,
Full song, and I loved it. Tammy Wynette teaming up with the KLF. Just like, did not see that. Justified and Ancient, Stand by the Jams. In brackets, I think I once asked, back when KLF were out, I was doing this job then, and I think I interviewed them and asked them what the jams were, and they explained, but I've forgotten. It was a hedonistic time, in the very early 90s. Anyway, we'll move on. We're talking about careers now. In fact, look, here's me doing the same job for what? 30 years? I think my first job on BBC Radio, I was 17 years old, and that would have been, 30 years ago. Good grief. I've still got my first ever payslip from the BBC from all that time ago. Anyway, careers-wise, what happens if you get to this age, so late 40s, early 50s, and suddenly find yourself either needing to or fancying a career change. Yeah, what if? Well, we've still potentially got 20 years ahead of us, haven't we? That is quite a frightening prospect. But, I'm busy helping my kids with their career choices and what they're going to do next. And, I'm not necessarily thinking they're going to stick to the same job for the next 20 years. Even if they're going to do it for 5, you've got to plan it carefully. So why can't we switch around a bit and learn some new skills? Well, we're going to be joined now by Catherine Sermon from Phoenix Insights, who've done a bunch of research and have got a bunch of help available for people who are in a midlife career crisis. People in their 40s who are looking to get out of their job rut and be inspired to try something new. There's quite a lot of research been done about this, and there is a call for it. There absolutely is. So I spoke to Catherine earlier today and I said, Kath, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you, Kate.
Nice to speak to you. And this is kind of an uplifting, positive story. And I am slap bang in the middle of your target market, really, because I'm just turned 48 and I'm about to change jobs.
Amazing. Tell me what you're about to do.
Well, I don't know yet. There's a bit of a squeeze round here. It's been in the news, but we are all, a lot of us, me and my colleagues, having to rethink things. And it's really tempting to be down in the doldrums about it, but it's far, far better, isn't it, to think of it as an exciting potential challenge. Or, there's no reason why at this age, still a huge amount of time left, to do something exciting.
Absolutely. I mean, our research, Kate, shows that about a third of people in this sort of midlife age bracket, so 45 to 54, want to and expect to change career before they retire. So we really do want people to think about, what it takes to make their changes to their careers, and to feel that that is something that's possible and interesting to them rather than something that's unusual and out of reach.
But we do sometimes need help because it's so easy to just coast, isn't it?
I mean, I find it fascinating. So this research that Phoenix Insights just conducted highlighted that it was 48% of people in midlife have taken no action in relation to their career in the last 6 months. And look, that's easy to do. We're all busy. There's lots of things going on in our lives. But if you think how important work is to our lives, to our incomes, to where we spend our time, then it feels like we're doing ourselves a disservice not to spend more time just thinking about our careers. When I look at that data, I feel like we've probably spent more time, planning our last holiday than we have actually thinking about our careers.
Well, do you know what? I spend more time planning my teenagers' careers than my own. I pay all the bills, yet mine goes out the window.
I mean, interestingly, in the research that we ran, we did the polling, which I've talked about. We also ran some focus groups. And I heard people saying that for themselves, they weren't even looking for this kind of information, like careers advice or support that might be available for them in midlife. They were busy doing it for their children, finding that information. But that was sort of reaffirming for them that the information that's out there is often targeted at school leavers, at graduates, and just a sense that there isn't anything out there for them in midlife. So that's what we're looking to remedy. That,
you're absolutely right. I didn't even know. So what do Phoenix Insights do for us? For me, what can you do?
So we've brought together a group of partners who are a brilliant range of organisations who all work in this space about career changes and shifts and returning to work after a career break. So people like Brave Starts, Women Returners, Career Shifters, Enterprise Nation, if people are thinking about wanting to set up on their own business or have a side hustle. And we've really just brought together loads of free information and support and advice that's out there, so people can start to see what's possible and find a route through that might help them think differently about what they can do and the steps that they would take to plan a change.
Actually, the concept of this, the idea about it, that I could be, or any of my friends could be looking at their own career research at the same time as their teenagers, it actually gives you a bit of a rejig, a kind of a new zest for life. It makes you feel young again, because career planning is something you associate with the beginning part of your life, your adult life.
It is. I mean, the research that we've shown, that we've done, highlights that young people are much more likely to think about making career moves. And I think some of that's obvious. They're starting out in their, at the beginning of their working lives. But, in our 40s, we could still have another, 20, 25 years of working ahead of us.
It's huge, isn't it?
And the idea that we would just keep going with something just because it's what we've always done. We heard a lot of people feel quite stuck, and actually a bit disengaged with what they're doing. But it just sometimes feels much easier not to do anything about it. And then people end up making a change, not always on their terms at the time that they would like to do it. But, when circumstances change them, whether that's health or whether it's, caring responsibilities or restructures or, changes at work and so on. So that's where we really want to help people think about this positively, see the art of the possible and support them, connect them to people through this Careers Can Change campaign and the partners that we brought together to think about getting some help and taking some action for themselves.
Well, when you say it like that, it sounds really exciting. And I think that that's the key. It's having it sort of spelled out for you what we can do, learning new skills and having ideas. Because, I know that when I was first looking at careers, lots of things that are available now hadn't even been thought of before. And so I think kids today have a lot more options, but still it's difficult to apply it to myself. So that's a really big step in the right direction. Ideas.
Yes, I think our, Gen X, particularly women in midlife, I think are really at an age and at a sense where they just sort of battle on and often don't ask for help. I would hope actually that the generation beneath us, the kids growing up now, they've had much better experiences of careers advice and help in schools and in education. So I think they will approach working life with a very different expectation of the help that they should be getting. And I really want to wake up this sort of midlife generation to thinking about the fact that they deserve help as well and that they can access that. When I've talked to friends about this, I feel about it a bit like changing a tire. And I think it's one of those things that people just assume you know how to do because you're a grown-up. And, just because we've been working for a long time, you think that people think, you should know what you want to do and how you're going to get that job. And I just think lots of us don't. And we all think everyone else has got it sorted. Yeah,
that's really good. So where can we go for all of this wonderful information and inspiration?
So our Careers Can Change partners, we've pulled together a site at careerscanchange.co.uk, where hopefully you'll find some inspiring stories, some tips, some signposts to organisations that can help, lots of information that's just sort of curated for people to think about what they could do next and how they could take some positive action.
Well, how brilliant. Thank you for coming up with this. I can't wait to have a look. That's a much more fun evening than looking at apprenticeships. I've got for 19-year-olds, I've got to be honest. Thank you, Catherine. That's really wonderful. What's the response been like?
Well, we're very early days, but we've had a brilliant response. I'm thrilled. And Kate, thank you for your support. It feels like we've really tapped into, tapped a nerve here, and lots of people just waking up to the idea that we've just been sleepwalking through this, and that actually there's really nice to think there's something we could do and something out there to help.
Yeah, well done. That was Kath talking to me about, well, apparently very many people in the late 40s and early 50s having a potential career change, a midlife career crisis. Catherine Sermon from Phoenix Insights, if you want a bit of insight or some more information. Ooh, the world is still our oyster. See, that's the last line I keep saying to my kids who are like 18 and 19 years old. The world's your oyster. You can do whatever you want. Pick a career. What would you like to do? And you can probably do it. I mean, ruling out things that you got trained for 7 years for and stuff. Unless you want to. I mean, that's what the decisions are all about at that age, right? What training are you going to do next? Turns out, they're not the only ones who can start learning.
watch you walking away. She was my one temptation. Oh, I did not want her to stay. Deep down, I'm still confused about you. Oh, yes, I am, baby. I feel so in love. Oh, baby, what can I do? I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about you. Oh, yeah. I've been thinking about you. Got you on my mind. I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about you. Oh, thinking about you. Got you on my mind. Hey, what good is being here without you? I wanna know. I feel so in love, oh baby. What can I do? I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about you. Oh yeah, I've been thinking about you. Oh, baby, about you. Got you on my mind. I've been thinking about you. I said thinking about you, baby. I've been thinking about you. Thinking about you. I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about you. Yeah, yeah. I've been thinking about you. Thinking about you. Think about you, baby. Think about you. Think about you, baby. Think about you. Think about you. Oh, I've been thinking about you. Thinking about you. Yeah. Thinking about you. Thinking about you. Come on, baby, come on.
That's the end of round one. We'll be back with round two right after these messages.
DeFair Furniture, going once, going twice, sold. DeFair Furniture has been purchased by the fastest growing furniture retailer in the Midwest. You're going to love the change. But for now, DeFair is having a total liquidation of its $2 million inventory. You'll save up to 70%. All furniture, TVs, and appliances must go. There's no down payment, no interest, and no payments until July of '93. DeFair Furniture has been sold, and it's a wall-to-wall sell-off at DeFair Furniture, Fargo.
had a chance to tell you what's coming up after 7 o'clock. It's a belter. We've got Blobby Williams in the house. Stand by for a giggle.
Want some whiskey in your water, sugar in your tea? What's all these crazy questions they're asking me? This is the craziest party that could ever be. Don't turn on the lights, cause I don't wanna see. Mama told me not to come. Mama told me not to come. She said, that ain't no way to have fun, son.
Open up the window, let some air to this room. I think mama's choking from the smell of stale perfume. And the cigarette you're smoking about to scare me half to death. Open up the window, let me catch my breath.
Mama told me not to come. Mama told me not to come.
She said,
that ain't no way to have fun, son. That ain't no way to have fun, son, son, son. The radio is blasting and someone's knocking at the door. I'm looking at my girlfriend, she just passed out on the floor. I've seen so many things I ain't never seen before. Don't know what it is, but I don't want to see it no more.
Mama told me not to come.
Mama told me not to come. Mama told me, she said, that ain't no way to have fun. No, no, no.
That ain't no way to have fun, son.
Mama told me, mama told me, mama told me, mama told me, mama told me not to come. Mama told me not to come.
That ain't no way to have fun,
son. That ain't no way to have fun. That's what she said. She said, that ain't no way to have fun. No. That ain't no way to have fun. Mama told me, mama told me, mama told me, mama told me, mama told me. She told me not to come. Mama told me not to come.
That ain't no way to have fun.
That ain't no way to have fun.
That ain't no way to have fun,
son. That ain't no way to have fun. Oh, no, no.
On the BBC Sounds app, on your smart speaker,
Play BBC Hereford and Worcester.
Herefordshire and Worcestershire.
And all the music you love, the music you love.
BBC.
Hereford and Worcester.
So glad to have you with us tonight. It is a lovely evening, isn't it? Mostly. And we've had a nice sunny day today as well. Things are turning up. Looking up. Turning out. Anyway, looking better. Weather-wise, that is. And the next hour of the show is going to be a lot of fun as well. I've already given a little tease. Tony James, otherwise known as Blobby Williams, is my guest in the studio. We just always have a good old laugh, a good giggle. He's coming to talk to us about 27 Party, probably the greatest party in the world ever. Probably. And it's happening at Huntingdon Hall in Worcester. Any day now. We'll get all the details, all the lowdown, find out how you can go. This Saturday it is. Oh my word, not much time. So we'll get the gossip from Tony himself.
All the times that you rain on my parade, and all the clubs you get in using my name. You think you broke my heart, oh girl, for goodness sake. You think I'm crying on my own, well I ain't. And I didn't wanna write a song, cause I didn't want anyone thinking I still care or don't. But you still hit my phone up, and baby I'll be moving on. And I think it should be something I don't wanna hold back. Maybe you should know that my mama don't like you and she likes everyone. And I never like to admit that I was wrong. And I've been so caught up in my job, didn't see what's going on. But now I know I'm better sleeping on my own. Cause if you like the way you look that much, oh baby, you should go and love yourself. And if you think that I'm still holding on to something, you should go and love yourself. When you told me that you hated my friends, the only problem was with you and not them. And every time you told me my opinion was wrong, and tried to make me forget where I came from. And I didn't wanna write a song, cause I didn't want anyone thinking I still care or don't. But you still hit my phone up, and baby I'll be moving on. And I think it should be something I don't wanna hold back. Maybe you should know that my mama don't like you and she likes everyone. And I never like to admit that I was wrong. And I've been so caught up in my job, didn't see what's going on. But now I know I'm better sleeping on my own. Cause if you like the way you look that much, oh baby, you should go and love yourself. And if you think that I'm still holding on to something, you should go and love yourself. For all the times that you made me feel small, I fell in love, now I feel nothing at all. I never felt so low when I was vulnerable. Was I a fool to let you break down my walls? Cause if you like the way you look that much, oh baby, you should go and love yourself. And if you think that I'm still holding on to something, you should go and love yourself. Cause if you like the way you look that much, oh baby, you should go and love yourself. And if you think that I'm still holding on to something, you should go and love yourself.
Kate Justice.
BBC Hereford and Worcester.
To the county jail, where the average nigga can't get bail. And for the niggas on the streets who never been before, get ready for a fucked up county tour. The first stop, Roundhouse, where you sit for a day to get bailed out. And for the food, I can't handle it, cause all you're getting is a cold ass egg sandwich and a fucked up cup of black coffee. Is this the best the state can offer me? A high caliber nigga like JT. Goddamn, they ain't called my name yet. Pictures, fingerprints, then you get your bail set. Can't make bail, that's a whole nother story, G. Cause now you're headed for the county. They got me sleeping with the bums from downtown. Thinking to myself, I shouldn't have fucked around. Now I'm sleeping on cement. They want another set of pictures and another set of fingerprints. The whole process is made embarrass you. Put a nigga down and degrade your character. Jail's overcrowded, so I'm sleeping in a fucking gym. I got my choice, half court or under the rim. Now they got a nigga on the foul line. And in the morning I was standing on the chow line. I'm on G-Block and now I'm coolin'. The G-Block is like a fucking reunion. All the niggas from the neighborhood, some worked in the kitchen and you know they treat a nigga good. 1 weekend ain't made bail yet. Sitting around playing checkers for cigarettes. Need something positive to pass the time, so I guess I joined the Nation of Islam. I joined for religion, some go with the rhythm, but Some joints on the body don't fuck with them just to have back when they get that ass whipped. The whole scenery looks like a slave ship, and beating your dick is a sport. You can buy the whole jail with a carton of Newports. Suckers getting stabbed over phone time. Fuck that dumb shit, nigga, I can hold mine. Caught a motherfucker trying to rob me, so I sent his ass to the infirmary. Now I'm thrown in the brig, just because I had to split some niggas' wig. And I got my whole squad around me. That's how I roll when I'm down in the county.
Sitting in the mess hall, saying my grace. Dressed in the county blues. Sitting in the mess hall, saying my grace. Dressed in the county blues. Sitting in the mess hall, saying my grace. Dressed in the county blues. Sitting in the mess hall, saying my grace. Now I'm dressed in the county blues.
JT's in the county, and I'm giving niggas brain damage. Now every night he's bringing me a swag sandwich. Caught him in my commissary. Then I had to show his ass that I was legendary. Crackhead down for something he stole. Nigga, you was on the street smoking like a broke stove. Talking about on the streets you was getting money. Before Nick, you eat a nigga's nuts and honey. In the county, it's drugs by the ounce. Cell 6 is a motherfucking crack house. H Block got the motherfucking killer weed. And anything else that you might need. Don't do the crime if you can't handle this. And it's real fucked up in Los Angeles, cause you ain't in a gang, but you between colors. Why the red and blue is killing motherfuckers. Where I'm from, they call it Rikers Island. Niggas wildin', nobody smiling. Everybody strapped and the bodies keep piling up. Hey yo, the shit ain't never calm. More brothers dead than the whole Vietnam. Now that's a cold statistic, but it happens when you think sadistic. Murderers, dealers, pimps and bookies. Grown men fighting over a box of cookies. Your girl will spend a whole visit crying while your dick is hard enough to cut diamonds. And if you really want to make your time hard, then go to jail with a rape charge, and you'll get that ass took by some broke ass crook. Once a week, you're putting money on his books. You about 60, skinny and frail. The other niggas 230 bits pressing the whole jail. First you was talking that tough shit, talking about you ain't to be fucked with. Now you're headed for the county hall of fame, but upstate is a whole different ball game. So you best start doing your push-ups. And a nigga like me, wish you good luck. See you in 5 to 10, no doubt. If I got 5 to 10, it's yard out. So don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head.